Alright, what's happening, YouTubers? Coming back at you with another knife video, and we got a new Spyderco that's highly anticipated for this year that just came out. Spyderco seems to be releasing their best knives at the end of the year and bring the Capara into view, because that is one of, I think, their best offerings in a long time. But we've got the Techno 2 here, guys. Just came out. I know there's been a couple videos from like dealers on this, but wanted to do a first impressions of this guy. Now, the Techno 1 was a very popular knife. It had a different blade shape, more of a drop point blade. This is a sheep's foot type blade, and the original Techno also had a back spacer. This has got barrel spacers, anodized green. So other than that, guys, it's like the same exact knife. I mean, I don't have the original Techno anymore, but it just feels exactly the same as the other one. That there is no steel lock bar insert on this. Same with the slight Swish Bowie and the Spidey Chef and stuff. Similar, all made in Taichung, same factory, same designer. So, but there is no lock stick, which is fantastic. Same deep carry wire clip. I mean, everything, the dimensions, everything is literally, I can't imagine. I wish I had the Techno 1 to compare it to, but I'm pretty sure spec-wise that they're literally identical knives minus the blade shape. Now, I could be wrong, so let's look it up real quick. So your specs on this guy are 5.99 inches overall with a blade length of 2.55 inches, cutting edge of 2.4, blade stock is 1.1 inches, blade thickness is 0.13, CTS XHP steel, and a handle length of 3.44 inches with 0.5 inches in the thickness there. So, out of curiosity, let's look up the Techno. Now, everyone remember those stats I just spouted off. Yeah, exact same blade shape, or length, not blade shape. 2.5 to 5.98. Yeah, it's literally, I mean, they're literally nearly identical. 3.6 ounces in weight. I'm guessing this one's going to be the same. So really, it's just a matter of blade change, shape change, which some people will care about and some won't. 3.5 ounces. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit lighter, maybe like half an ounce. I think the other one was 3.6 ounces. So, but different shape of the blade there. You got a sheep's foot style blade with a nice, interesting swedge up here in the front, and good amount of belly. So not really a Warncliffe. It reminds me a lot of the Insingo blade shape that Chris Reeve made infamous. So very, very similar to that, but less of a point, more of a blunt tip there on that. Let's do some other size comparisons while I've got it out. The Hinder half track, another tanky overbuilt knife, the ZT-0900. Similar style, small tanky overbuilt knives. Sure, fun, I like them. And the Hinder XM18 3-inch is going to be bigger, but actually quite a bit slimmer than the Techno or the half track for that matter. So kind of a similar size to those kind of knives, smaller, overbuilt, you know, titanium frame locks. Price point on this guy is about $220 if I'm not mistaken. The original Techno was $215-ish, so it's about the same. Not much difference there. Some of the older Technos were S30V. Oh no, this is $215 also. Some are S30V, some are CTS XHP. This one's XHP, which is great. It's definitely an upgrade from S30V in my opinion. It's actually one of my favorite steels on knives. So I dig the steel choice, but the handle is identical. I mean, I can't. It's like if I didn't know that they made two different blade shapes, I just think this is a Techno. So nice jimping up here on the spine. So some very minor changes to this knife from the original Techno. Still has a very comfortable handle for its size, and it's a very capable small knife. I mean, you're under a 3-inch blade, so you're legal in a lot of areas. But the one thing is to take a note, is it's pretty tanky. It's not extremely lightweight for its size. It's pretty, I mean, I think the Capara is lighter. Let's find out. It is. The Capara is actually lighter than the Techno, and the Techno is quite a bit smaller knife, quite a bit less cutting edge on there. But again, that's the titanium frame lock overbuiltness of that knife. I mean, that's a big size difference. and a big price difference. I mean, the Kapara is about $188. This is $215. You are getting an upgrade in steel from S30 to XHP, but not like a dramatic increase. So the Techno is a small knife, but it feels good in the hand. You can get a full grip on there, at least I can. I always liked the original one. It just was that little overbuilt tank that I had it for quite a while. Runs on phosphorus, runs washers, just like the original. It's got a nice smooth action out of the box. You can middle finger flick it as well. It's not as easy as the thumb hole deployment due to the lock bar placement and the hole not being fully, but you can definitely get it in there and do it. So cool release from Spyderco, guys. I mean, it's the Techno with a different blade shape is honestly what it is. It's not anything really different. I'm sure it'll be a super popular knife. The original Techno was, and I believe it was discontinued to bring out the second version, which is just a different blade shape. So yeah, Martin Schlisch, you know, same designer. I mean, everything, no differences there. So just a new iteration of the original Techno with green standoffs. I'm not sure I love the green color on the standoffs. I would have gone blue. That would have looked a lot classier, I think. The green's a little different, but it's not bad. There'll be some makers. I already know Shepard is doing his custom backspacer for him already. I'm sure there'll be some scales, so that's the nice thing about Spyderco is you do get that customization. But yeah, I don't think, actually now that I think back, the original Techno was not this expensive, but they had their price increase recently that has kind of driven their map pricing up. So yeah, there you go. At least it's titanium, but when you consider the material is titanium frame lock, that's an XHP steel. That's not a bad price at all for what you're getting. It is a smaller knife, but you know, considering, you know, like a Sebenza that is titanium frame lock with S35 is quite a bit more expensive. I mean, Taichung versus the USA made, not quite the same tolerances as well, but the Spyderco is definitely a well-made knife, so I don't think the price is outrageous or anything. You know, it's something crazy. But a very cool little, just tanky EDC knife. Blade stock on this is going to be, let's see, 0.138 inches thick. So it's kind of got a stout little blade. Wow, that's actually pretty thick behind the edge for a Spyderco. That's kind of crazy. That must be due to the thicker blade stock, but 0.035. It's, yeah, that's tanky. 0.034. So that's pretty, that's like a ZT thickness. Let's see what the, I'm pretty sure the Kapara is much thinner behind the edge. But let's find out. Yeah, 0.021. Huge difference, actually, between these two. So this is going to be a better slicer. This is going to be a tougher, you know, heavier use knife. It should still slice pretty good. It's got a nice factory edge, yeah. Got a nice factory edge out of the box. But again, Techno 2, guys, just the new variation of Techno. Not a lot of changes to talk about. Done a video on the Techno 1, tons of videos out there on it, and this is just kind of highlighting the differences, which is pretty much the standoffs and the blade shape. Other than that, it's the Techno you know and love. So if you love the Techno 1 and didn't get one, or maybe you sold it and can, you know, they've been discontinued, haven't been able to find one, grab the Techno 2. It's got a, I like the blade shape better. I will tell you that. One thing I really like better on this one than the original Techno is this sheep's foot blade. I think that is a lot more aesthetically pleasing. The original blade on the Techno was kind of odd looking to me. It wasn't like a traditional drop point. This being a smaller blade, I think you can get away with the sheep's foot profile better than you could with that previous drop point profile on that blade. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap up this first impressions on the Techno 2. Definitely the Techno you remember and you like, and it's just got a few different changes. So if you like the Techno, you're a fan, I would definitely recommend picking up this version of the Techno 2. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you on the next video.